Jey Uso has finally commented on his potential reunion with Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns amid their feud with the Bloodline. Main event Jey recently appeared on SmackDown to confront Solo Sikoa and questioned why he recruited Jacob Fatu. The Bloodline came out on top again last Friday, laying waste to Jimmy and Reigns to end the show. The two stars really need backup, but Jey seemed uninterested when his twin tried to talk to him last Monday on WWE Raw. In an interview with Metro UK during WWE's tour last week, the Intercontinental Champion was asked about potentially reuniting with Jimmy to take on the Motor City Machine Guns in the future. Jey admitted that there was an itch to face Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin to end the best tag team in the world debate. The Motor City Machine Guns made their WWE debut this past Friday, beating Los Garza and A-Town Down Under in a triple threat tag team match on SmackDown. If Jimmy and Jey Uso reunite in the future, fans can see one of the biggest dream matches in recent memory. The Intercontinental Championship will be defended on WWE Raw in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jey Uso is scheduled to put his title on the line against former champion Bron Breakker in a rematch. Jey has successfully defended his gold once against Xavier Woods on the October 7 edition of Raw. Jey confronting Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline could backfire, especially with the way WWE is teasing the original group's reunion. If the Yeet Master loses the title due to the Sikoa-led group's potential interference, he can finally reunite with Roman Reigns and Jimmy. The ongoing saga of the Bloodline has captured the hearts and minds of the WWE Universe for years. Built on the foundations of family, loyalty, and betrayal, it has become one of the most compelling storylines in wrestling history. The dynamic between Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed head of the table, and his cousins, Jey and Jimmy Uso, has been particularly fascinating. This narrative took a dramatic turn on a recent episode of WWE SmackDown, where Roman Reigns once again made a bold statement about his dominance. Now, in an emotional and candid interview, Jey Uso has broken his silence on a potential reunion with his twin brother Jimmy, sending shockwaves through the WWE landscape. On the latest SmackDown, Roman Reigns continued to assert his authority over the Bloodline. Since reclaiming the WWE Universal Championship and solidifying his position as the top star of the company, Roman has kept his cousins under his thumb, forcing them to acknowledge him as the tribal leader. For Jey Uso, this relationship has been fraught with tension. He has long been viewed as the heart of the Bloodline, but Roman's manipulative tactics and ruthless behavior have often left him questioning his loyalty. The seeds of dissension were planted when Roman turned his attention toward Jey's twin brother, Jimmy Uso. At one time, the Usos were inseparable. They were a dominant force in the tag team division, capturing multiple championships and establishing themselves as one of the greatest duos in WWE history. But the arrival of Roman as the tribal chief changed everything. The power struggle within the Bloodline caused a rift between Jey and Jimmy, leading to Jimmy's initial rebellion against Roman and subsequent betrayal of his brother, aligning himself with Reigns once again. During the latest episode of SmackDown, Roman Reigns sent a clear message to his cousins with brutal consequences. Reigns made it known that no one, not even family, would stand in his way as long as he holds the title of tribal chief. As Jimmy stood by Roman's side, Jey was once again left on the outside, caught between his loyalty to family and his desire for independence. In an exclusive interview released after the events of SmackDown, Jey Uso finally broke his silence on the possibility of reuniting with his brother Jimmy. It was a powerful moment as Jey laid his emotions bare for the world to see. His words carried the weight of years of family drama, heartbreak, and betrayal. "When it's your own blood, it hits different," Jey said, his voice heavy with emotion. "This whole thing with Roman, with Jimmy, it's not just about championships or being the best, it's about family, man. And when family turns their back on you, it messes you up." Jey's struggle has always been internal, torn between his love for his family and his desire to stand on his own. The turmoil within him was evident as he spoke about his brother Jimmy. "Me and Jimmy, we've been through everything together. We grew up together, we fought together, and we made a name for ourselves as the Usos. But ever since Roman came into the picture, everything's been different." When asked about the possibility of a reunion with Jimmy, Jey paused for a moment, contemplating the gravity of the situation. I want to believe that Jimmy's still in there somewhere, the Jimmy that was my brother, my partner. But right now, I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know if he's the same person anymore. Jey Uso's candid admission sheds light on the fragile foundation that holds the bloodline together. At the core of this faction is Roman Reigns, whose iron-fisted rule has kept his family in line, but only barely. Roman's manipulations have caused rifts between the brothers that may be irreparable. For months, Roman has used fear and control to maintain his grip over the bloodline. His actions toward Jey in particular have been manipulative, often pitting the brothers against each other to serve his own ends. This strategy worked for a time, as Jey was coerced into acknowledging Roman's authority. However, recent events have shown that Jey's loyalty is wavering. The SmackDown audience witnessed a shift in Jey's demeanor during Roman's latest attack. No longer willing to play the role of the subservient cousin, Jey's body language hinted at a possible rebellion brewing beneath the surface. His words in the interview confirmed this, as he expressed a deep desire to break free from the toxic environment created by Roman's reign. "I'm done being someone else's puppet," Jey declared, his voice full of conviction. "For too long, I've been caught in the middle of all this, and it's time for me to take control of my own path. Whether that means going after Roman or confronting Jimmy, I'm ready to do what it takes."